Yo, what is good, man? It's your guy, Tico, guys, and we are back with another NBA 2K22 current gen update today.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
And today we're going to talk about the huge 44-player roster update with a few likenesses sprinkled in from Christmas Eve all the way until today. Now, 2K is now on break. As you know, the dev team and all of the social media team, those guys really are on break in reality because it's holiday break. But we still managed to get the roster update and all the moves for all the people who were signed from the G League, free agents, and all stuff like that. So from what I counted, I got about 44 players that were added and updated and moved to teams and all that stuff like that. So with that being said, guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. It's only free to do so. Don't forget, guys, join the G's, join the current Gen G's, next Gen G's, retro Gen G's. Join the gang. It's only free to do so. And also don't forget to hit that notification bell to be notified when the videos actually come out so you can keep up with the latest and greatest news, likeness updates, and all that stuff like that, gameplays, etc. Also, don't forget to follow me on Twitter at TicoHDecory to keep up with the latest and greatest updates. I drop the videos, then I actually release my tweets when the videos drop so you guys can stay in sync if you miss a notification on YouTube. And also, don't forget to hit that like button. It helps us in the YouTube algorithm to continue to grow the channel and to be seen and to be found on YouTube and to grow the family. So with that being said, guys, NBA 2K22 huge 44-player roster update, likeness update, and this is before Christmas. But after Christmas, these guys were still adding people to teams and free agents. Now, the biggest thing to me that I noticed was that they didn't have enough space to add every single player to the roster. To me, the slots that I seen goes up to about 18 people, about 18 players, and that's it. They need more space to add everybody who was signed with the 10 days and all the other contracts, right? So let's go ahead and go into it. So it's Tico's Christmas Eve roster, which I'm on the PlayStation right now on the PS4 version of 2K playing PS5. And basically what we're going to do is go over all the players that were added and kind of go over the likeness updates to see exactly what's what. So the first player we're going to cover is Tyler Johnson on a 10-day contract, and he has an official 2K22 face scan. So we're going to go in and now let's talk about the Tyler Johnson situation. Now, Tyler just got updated this year in 2K22 at the beginning of the year. When the box was open and you put the game into the console, this is the Tyler Johnson that you see. So it wasn't really a player likeness update, but there was a general likeness update to the tech to make his hair move. So if you go down to signature and go back and you go down to this, you see the hair actually moving. So this is the same tech that they're using for your My Player when your hair is moving. When the hair, you know, on current gen, because like nobody's hair is moving like this on a My Player, like this crazy on the next gen version. It's only on the current gen version. I've seen even people that play the next gen version say in the comment section that, hey man, why my hair ain't moving like that? Like, it's crazy. So yeah, Tyler Johnson was added to the 76ers on a 10-day contract, and this is legit real deal 2K face scan. His number is 8. They had it wrong, so I went in and edited it on my rosters to try to get it right. And this is the way he's looking. This is what he's rocking. And you know how we do it. We never do it to the point where it's not right. We always got to do it right. Now, everybody else's number, I ain't changed everybody else's number. I just changed his number because he's the first person that we're looking at. And I wanted you guys to get that close up and personal. Myles Powell was actually added to on a 2-way contract. And this is a 2K generic face player render, as you can know. I don't have to tell you that, but I got notes to show exactly what's what and stuff like that. So Myles Powell was added on a 2-way contract. He was signed to in the latest roster update from Christmas Eve. This is one of them situations where I didn't think that 2K would even do this. You know, with everybody being out and everybody being in the studio and then leaving the studio and going to spend time with their families for Christmas and stuff like that and for the holiday, you don't even think they would even update rosters, but for some reason they did it. So shout out to 2K for even giving us a roster update to even see these players. So, and I know a lot of you guys are Christmas noobs too, and if you got the game for Christmas and you want to know exactly what's what, make sure you subscribe to this channel because I'm always updating everybody, you know, on the latest and greatest updates. And of course, Demarcus' cousin is signed to the rest of the season contract. You know that he has a real face scan. And yeah, Boogie just came out of nowhere. They literally just called Boogie up, and Boogie is now a buck. And you know, Boogie's been a buck for a while, but I mean, to cover everything that I didn't cover on my channel. That's what I want to do. But check it out, intense face. And let's just look at it and just, you know, check it out. Just admire it a little bit. Yeah, and he's not wearing the tights no more. He's literally wearing nothing. He's just hooping like in shorts, shorts, and the Pumas with the socks. That's what he's hooping in. So that's what that likeness is looking like. Wesley Matthews is another person that was added. So we got Wesley back on the Bucks, as you can see. Let's go ahead and look at the player likeness. Look at the extra accessories. He's wearing Kobe's right now, so those shoes are incorrect right now. I don't know if 2K is gonna change them or whatever, but I plan on updating the rosters again for version 1.2. So when you get a 1.2, you'll get these players in that 1.2 version for all consoles as well. So it'll be Xbox One series, and then it'll be PS5, PS4. And that's Javonte Smart. Now, Javonte Smart has a player model in the game, but not a real one. This isn't a real, like, 2K. This is generic, but I'm pretty sure at some point they'll get to scan them. And it's funny because, like, 2K have way more work to do now. Like, the whole dev team and, like, the art team, they have a lot more work to do, just because of these likenesses actually needing to be filled in these spots and slots, and then them actually adding all the people who were signed due to like the 10-day contracts and like the pandemic and stuff like that. So it's a lot more work, and the community is already hard when it comes to like the likeness update. So it's just going to be interesting to see what 2K is going to do in this situation. All right, so now we're on the Chicago Bulls, and we have a Alfonso McKinney with a 10-day contract, and Alfonso McKinney literally has a real scan in the game. So this is the Alfonso McKinney scan. Alfonso McKinney has a scan in NBA 2K22, and this is a real deal face scan. NBA 2K22 face scan on current gen or old gen or whatever you want to call it. And if we go to signature, we can literally see, you know, moving parts and stuff like that, like I always do. So I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a close-up, but he was added on a 10-day contract as well. When we do roster updates, we actually do the roster updates, and we do it with moving parts where you guys can see, and always cover to see if something was updated brand new, especially for the OG and for free agents, because a lot of people don't place a lot of emphasis on free agent updates. And, you know, updates are people for set of legends or older players in 2K. So we got that. So let's go ahead and get out of that. Now, they said something about Stanley Johnson. I'm looking at it. Stanley Johnson signed a 10-day contract with the Bulls. But he was in the free agent pool, and he actually plays for the Los Angeles Lakers right now. And this is him. I mean, this is a updated render of Stanley Johnson. Looks like the latest one. But the thing about it is that he's playing for the Lake Show. He's playing for the Lakers right now. So he has the yellow wristbands too. But I don't think it's space on their roster, because I tried to sign him with all the updated updates, and it wasn't any space on the roster to actually get Stanley Johnson to play with them. So I don't know what 2K is going to do about the roster space issue, how they're going to go about that. That's just really weird to see them going through it. But I do see that updated tattoo on his leg. See, it's like the general likeness updates come out of nowhere, to the point where you don't know what's updated, but then when you go into Siggy's, you get to start seeing things that were updated. And that's what gets me all the time with the whole 2K situation. There's Ersan Ilyasova for the Chicago Bulls, and as you can see, he has a face scan in the game. Not too bad. Let's go to signatures and go ahead and get that up close. Number 77. That may not be the real number. I didn't check on Getty for Ilyasova. I was busy like with the Christmas stuff, you know what I'm saying, with the family and stuff like that. So I just wanted to go ahead and just kick the video off and just get it done, because me trying to be too perfect equals the video coming out too late. So here we go. Ersan Ilyasova, number 77, Chicago Bulls, 10-day contract, official NBA 2K22 face scan in the game. The next player that was added on a 10-day contract in this roster update was Justin Anderson for the Cleveland Cavaliers, and check him out. I don't think that this is a updated scan. I know this is an old school 2K face scan, but I don't think this is a brand new 2K22 face scan. I just don't think it is, but it does look like him, and I'm not like tripping because this is the real face. But you know, they'll probably get around to actually getting that face scan done if they can do it with all this little, you know, pandemic stuff going on right now. It seems like it's getting kind of crazier, but it doesn't. Like, it seems like a lot of people's coming up with it, but it's not as intense as it was before. And speaking of intense, the intense dunk face of Justin Anderson right here. And yeah, if the free agents get updated, I think that would be amazing, and it'd be awesome for them to be updated. because, I mean, now they're playing for teams, and I know they're 10-day contracts, but it's a lot of other teams that need holes to fill that's going to end up signing these guys. The next guy that was signed on a 10-day contract with a official face scan is Luke Cornett for the Cleveland Cavaliers, and this is an official face scan for the OG. As you can see, gives me Dirk Nowitzki vibes for some reason. If you actually look at his profile, it looks like Dirk a little bit. I mean, yeah, like the upper part, like the eyes and, like, you know, that face. So let's go ahead and go to Siggy's, go back, and we're gonna check it out. Let's go back down to up close, chew that gum, and see that profile. Yeah, it gives me Dirk vibes for real. But he was added on a 10-day contract. Another player that was added on another 10-day contract was CJ Myles. So let's go check out CJ Myles, and this gives me an older looking version, but this don't look bad though for an older face scan. Like this is him, clearly. This is CJ Myles, but it does not look like the newest technology that they're using right now, that they're adding to current and new gen NBA 2K. So let's go ahead and go down to signatures and check out the body. Tatted, of course. Got the Jordans on, looking like himself. Go ahead and from the side profile, let's see. Yeah, this is him. And he has a scan. You know, I think a lot of people have a problem with certain players that are not updated to the latest, and also certain players that are in the game that don't have an official face scan or render. Here is the infamous Big Three, Joe Johnson. And look at this right here. Joe Johnson, the Celtics 10-day contract, NBA 2K22 old school face scan. I don't think this is a new one because it doesn't look like anything new to me. It looks like something I've seen before in previous 2Ks, but they did get him in, which was fire to get him in the game and to get him looking like himself. I mean, but I know if they use newer tech, it's going to be even crazier because, yeah, they're going to use newer tech and it's going to go crazy. So let's go to Sigs. Go all the way down, chew gum, turn it on. Yep, that is him. Even the teeth. They got the teeth looking right. Okay. Intense dunk face. All right, cool. The jump ball rituals. And is that his number? I think it's 55. Is it 55 or 5? I think it's 55. That number isn't right. So that number needs to be changed. And like I said, the dev team is out on the holiday. So maybe the dev team didn't get to, or the art team or whoever didn't get to really work on that. But you can always go in and change it yourself too. Because I remember watching the Getty images and looking at the jersey numbers. And I think 55 was the number he was using. So yeah, 55. So let's keep it. Let's look at it with 55 now. Go back to Siggy's. There we go. Now that is Joe Johnson. Justin Jackson on a 10-day contract was signed as well. 2K22 face scan. He has a real face scan in the game. And as you can see, it was updated last year in 2K21. So yeah, he's good to go. He was added to the game. Well, he was always in the game in the free agent pool, but you know, he was added to the Celtics off everybody getting signed. Like all these players that came out of nowhere literally getting signed. And now these players are relevant players. And they have an opportunity to really step up and prove themselves to these coaches and to get a spot on these teams. So Moses Wright was signed to the Clippers on a 10-day contract, but he is not an NBA 2K22 right now. So we will find out when the dev team comes back if these players will make it. And 9 times out of 10, if the players are still on the teams, or if they're in the NBA officially, then they're going to make it to 2K. I just don't see a face scan coming in, especially for people who are not in 2K. All right, so let's go to the next team. All right, so we're looking at Wes Iwundu, and he's on a 10-day contract right now, and he got signed to the Hawks. And as you can see, he was a free agent. They signed him, and let's go ahead and look at the signature. He does have an official face scan in the game, so we're going to go ahead and go down and chew gum, turn it on, and look at the profile real quick. Yep, and you really get to see exactly what this guy looking like. Yeah, it looks like Wes Iwundu. Looks like him. This scan was from last year, from 2K21. I don't think they updated it twice, but it's a real scan. It looks good. It doesn't look bad. The body doesn't look terrible either, so shout out to 2K for that. And of course, Lance Make 'em Dance Stevenson is in the game. Big beard, the face. This is him. And let's go ahead and go to Siggy so we can go ahead and get that dude chewing that gum. You know what I'm saying? This dude's crazy, messing with LeBron, blowing his breath on LeBron James. But yeah, this is Lance for the Hawks on a 10-day contract. 2K22 face scan as well. Not bad. Not bad. His intense dunk face, crazy. Yeah, Lance is different, bro. Lance is funny too. Zylan Cheatham. was actually signed to a 10-day contract. So this is him. This is one of the newest face scans that 2K added to the game. And you can tell by just how much quality it is and how much of the detail you can see on his face. And you know the new rigs too as well, fam. Simply because of the fact of the matter that you can see like the spots, and you can see like the blemishes and all the things, you know what I'm saying? It's just real crazy, fam. Yeah, but this Island Cheatham looks pretty dope. Let's go ahead and go to the Siggies. Let's go back and look at the close-up face, chew gum. See, I like doing the chew gum because you can actually see some type of personality and more than just like the stale looking face. And you just get to see the profile. You just get to see more realism. Another player that was signed to a 10-day contract was Justin Robinson for the Sacramento Kings. And we're going to go ahead and look at him and check him out. And of course, this was updated not too long ago. This was updated actually this year in NBA 2K22 with a real face scan. So this looks good. I have no bone to pick with this one. Looks great. Let's go down to chew gum, turn it on. Oh yeah, this is Justin Robinson. Let's go up to intense dunk face. All right, yep. I mean, as far as his accessories and stuff like that, they could, you know, they can get that thing, you know, updated. But other than that, don't look bad. The next player that was signed to a 10-day contract was Emmanuel Mudiay. He was in the free agent pool, and the Mudiay did have an updated face scan. His face looks sucked in, like right by the eyes, man. So I think this is something a little more up to date. Let's go back to the Siggies real quick. Yeah, this is Mudiay. Yeah, I feel like this isn't, well, yeah, it looks like a newer scan because he actually had hair before. So yeah, this is a newer face scan. Let's go ahead and go to intense dunk face, turn that off. All right, jump ball rituals. Yeah, this is Mudiay. Okay, yeah, it don't look bad at all. Don't look bad at all. The next player we're gonna look at for the New York Knicks is Matt Mooney on a 10-day contract. And he has a legit 2K face scan. Now, this is something that was updated in a patch earlier this year. So I know this is a brand new NBA 2K22 face scan used with the latest and greatest tech. So we're going to go ahead and go down to signatures and go look at that and go to get the close-up. Chew gum on. Yep, this is real. You can tell. I can't really tell about the Emmanuel Mudiay, but I know that this one was real. And I didn't see Emmanuel Mudiay updated in any other notes. I think he was updated last year in 2K21, if I'm not mistaken. But this Matt Mooney does not look bad at all. Intense dunk face. Yep, there we go. Jump on rituals. Let's see him moving in action. And he was updated in this game this year, but he's now on the Knicks with the 10-day. The next player that was added on a 10-day to the New York Knicks was Damian Dotson. And Damian Dotson literally came from the free agent pool. As you can see, this looks pretty good. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Like, seriously. I don't think that's the newest technology, but that's a nice looking scan. That is a really good face scan. And it may be the new tech. I gotta keep looking at it. It's just, it can be tricky because some of 2K scans are really good with certain players and some of them are hit or miss, but this does look like something that they had before, but it does look like something new as well. So y'all let me know in the comment section below what y'all think and how y'all feel about it, because this looks pretty good to me. Daniel House signed a 10-day contract with the Knicks, but for some magical reason 2K didn't get him in the game on the Knicks. And here we go right here. And this Daniel House does have a face scan, so I guess when 2K and the dev team gets back in the offices, this will be added, ladies and gentlemen, to the Knicks if they get back in time, or if the Knicks keep him. But yeah, this looks like this is him. This is a really good scan. I do remember him being on the patch notes as well too, earlier this year in 2021 for 2K22's face scan. So yeah, this looks super dope. All right, the next player is Mason Jones for the Los Angeles Lakers on a 10-day contract. This 10-day contract came out of nowhere for him, and literally this guy is a 2K generic render, so this is nothing really to even go crazy over, but they tried, you know, and I don't know if it's going to be a real face scan. 9 times out of 10 it may be, but there's no reason to spend a lot of time on this guy. Now we're on the Orlando Magic, and we got a 10-day contract guy, and his name is Admiral Schofield. He signed, I saw him play last night literally on NBA League Pass, And this one was updated as well. This one was new. This one looks good. Something's going on with his hair though right here in the back with the colors, but as far as everything else is looking good. This was updated, tatted up. Like, I remember going over him in one of my older videos. He was tatted all the way up. This is crazy. Now we're on the Dallas Mavericks, and we got Theo Pinson that was signed to a 10-day contract, and he has an official NBA 2K22 face scan. If you can look at this, you can tell by every single feature on his face, from his lips to his goatee. You can look at the moles on the face, and it was done right. Trust me. Let's go ahead and go down to Siggy's real quick. Look at the Siggy's and go all the way down to Chew Gum, turn it on, and here we go with a little personality on Theo's face. Yeah, he's looking to the side. Okay, let's go to the intense dunk phase. Not bad. Let's go to jump ball rituals and get some moving parts popping. You heard me. But not a bad look for him. Another player that was signed to a 10-day contract was Charles Brown Jr., aka Charlie Brown Jr. And we went over him last year. This is the same face from last year. They never updated this face, but this face don't look bad. So imagine if they do scan and get him updated. I think he'll look 10 times better than this. And this is a pretty dope looking scan from 2K20. It's pretty crazy intense. Let's turn the gum on. Okay, yeah, you can see that intense dunk face, jump ball rituals, none. All right, Marquise Chris signed a 10-day contract to the Dallas Mavericks, and this face has been the same for a while. I don't think it's been changed, but let's go and look at the signatures. I don't think it needs to be changed. I mean, some of the faces that they update with the general likeness updates, they just do some. Hold up, either they do a brand new one, or sometimes they may do, you know, a general likeness update to fix certain things, or to, you know, fix some art on the face to make it look a little bit more realistic by tweaking it. But other than that, it's not really a lot you can do to Marquise Chris. I mean, and then we got the Langston Galloway for the Nets on a 10-day contract. This is an official 2K22 face scan. As you can see, we go in and look, and you can tell by all the detail and all the dents and how the tech looks on Langston's face. You just can tell when it's 2K22 and when it's brand new versus the older scans. So let's go back to the Siggy's, chew the gum. You get to see the teeth. You get to see the detail. Look at that right there. That is crazy. Let's go to the side. I know some of you guys can be like, it ain't this person, it ain't that person. But hey, at least it got done. The next player is Shaquille Harrison. And Shaquille Harrison was signed to a 10-day contract as well. His face looks really good. Don't look bad. Nothing really wrong with it. I think his head is a little small. But as far as the scan, man, I think his head could be just a tad bit bigger. But as far as the scan looks good. Dead on. We have another guy by the name of James Ennis. James Ennis was signed, and this was added last year, this face scan right here. They changed this face scan like 2 or 3 times, though, within the cycle last year. They did a lot of tinkering with it and updating it and stuff like that, and it looks just like him. They got the skin on point. Tattoos updated, general likeness updates updated. And let's go ahead and get the chew gum face. Yeah, this is him. He is in the game. Oh, they got his skin perfect. It looks almost realistic because like of the dark spots right there on his face, as you can see. It looks almost real. Let's go to intense. Okay, looking up. The rituals, you can see movement. Not bad at all. And then Wyndon Gabriel, for some reason, is not even on the roster, but he actually has a face scan, and he is in free agency. Here he goes. Here we go. Yeah, Wyndon Gabriel. And this is a real up-to-date scan. I remember this one being one of the updated ones that was on the patch notes in 2021. So, yeah, this is done. And he plays for the Nets. He's on a 10-day right now, but he's not on the roster for some reason. So, if you're looking for him, if you're looking like at real life stuff, you're not going to see him until 2K gets back into the office, or maybe they may just update it in the next day or tomorrow or something like that. So I don't know, but I'll try to keep you guys updated. All right, guys. So Devon Reed was re-signed back to the Denver Nuggets on a 10-day contract. And this is a art generated face, but it does look like him. It's not a face scan, but it's an art generated face by 2K from next gen to current gen. So if we go to signatures and look at it, at least it has a face that looks like himself versus having one of those generic faces. So yeah. Then we got Terry Taylor on a 10-day contract, and this is a 2K generic renders. Nothing we can do to really go and look at this guy to see if he looks realistic. It's a fake face, but I mean, I'm pretty sure it's a placeholder where they can actually add the real face in the game when they get the scan, and hopefully we can get it because we still have some time for the basketball season. We still got like All-Star and the whole second half of the season to go. Then we got Gary Clark for the Pelicans, was added on the rest of season contract, and this guy has a 2K22 face scan. As you can see, let's go here and look here. Go down to chew gum, turn it on. Yep. That's him. Don't look bad at all. Good enough to place holds just in case you want to play your My Career or you want to do, anything with My NBA or My League. You'll be able to play and use him and he'll look like himself. So Check Diallo is not in the game. I searched high and low for him. I don't know if he had re-signed with 2K, but they do have Hamidou Diallo in the game, which he already played for the Pistons. But Check plays for the Pistons now, and I remember Check being in NBA Live and like older 2Ks and stuff like that. But hopefully they can get that contract and get him back in the game, especially if he's playing basketball. That's crazy because I remember Sharif Cooper not being in the game, but Sharif played basketball. So that's that. Let's go to the next player. All right, so we have Tremont Waters on a 10-day contract, and Tremont has a legit face scan. Tremont looks like a 2K22 face scan. Tremont looks realistic. When you chew gum with Tremont, he has an actual face. And that's one way you can test it too. If you go to chew gum, you'll know, because if you look at all of the footage inside of the 2K scan rigs, you can see what they look like, and you kind of can get a general idea of what they look like, if it's real or not. So yeah, that's not bad. Shout out to 2K for getting him in and getting him on the roster for the Raptors. So Juwan Morgan would be the next guy that they signed to. Juwan Morgan would be the next guy that they signed to a 10-day contract, and this guy has a real 2K22 new gen to old gen console face scan in the game. So you go ahead and go to Siggy's and look at that. Let's check that out. Go down to chew gum. Oh yeah, there is no second guessing that this one isn't real. Like, you just know. You just know when you've gone over it. When you go over it so much, you just know. And then you got your boy DJ Wilson on the 10-day. So let's go ahead and check out DJ Wilson, which we know this one is an updated one. He was updated several times in 2K21 new gen and old gen, and then he was updated one more time. And as you can see, let's go to Siggy's real quick. And his tattoos, everything is on point with this cat. So there's no complaining about this face scan. There's nothing that you can say that's not on point. Like, everything is on point about this one. And he is in the game. So we are good to go. And the Raptors are looking complete. And then we got Garrison Matthews. Houston Rockets, yep, they signed him to a rest of season contract, and Garrison Matthews does have a real face scan in the game, so we should be good and thankful for that. He is on a rest of season contract with Ken Bazemore's jump shot. What the world? Okay, let's choose some gum. All right, intense dunk face. And we've seen him before. I've actually went over him before on some videos. If you're old on the channel, if you already been an OG and you a current gen or a next gen, you know. But this guy, yeah, he's real. Rest of season contract. Yeah. Now, Ish Wainwright, I remember seeing him on 2K TV at the Summer League, and I know he got scanned in the game, so we will get his scan soon. But Ish Wainwright was added to the Suns on a two-way, and this is a generic face. But I know this scan is coming soon, so you got to hold your horses, bro, because I know it's coming. But I ain't going to be on this one long. I just want to let you know it's coming. Then we got the infamous Rajon Tucker. Now, Rajon Tucker is updated in the new version of 2K. So on the next gen version, he's updated. He has short hair. Everything is right. This is the 2K21 next gen version of Rajon Tucker that's in the current gen version right now, in the old gen version. But this is him. All the tats were added. Everything is on point with him. Let's go ahead and go down to chew gum, turn it on, and look. That is him. It just doesn't have the hair update yet. And the last player for the Minnesota Timberwolves is Chris Silva. And Chris Silva was added on a 10-day. And this face was actually a new face too as well. So we're gonna go to Siggy's and just look at that. And this is the last face that we're gonna look at, because that's all 44 players in this update, right? So I just wanted to cover it all, man. I think covering everything and showing you guys every single player that was added, because sometimes you can get content that will give you a few faces, but I like to sit down and make the time to create the content to give you guys everything that I can find. If I miss a few things, excuse me, but if I can go through majority of it all, that's what this channel is for, and you can come and reference and make sure that you see everything. And I know a lot of you guys got the game for Christmas as well too, so you just get to keep up with what's late and what's great. But anyway, before we go, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, join the current gen, next gen, and retro G&Gs is only free to do so. Also, don't forget to hit the notification bell to be notified when the videos actually drop. And the last thing, which is not the last thing, follow me on Twitter at @TGoesToCorey to keep up with the latest and greatest stuff. Because when the videos come out on YouTube, they come out on Twitter too. So I keep them in sync. And if you want to talk to me, just hit me up on Twitter at @TGoesToCorey. And the last thing, hit the like button. Helps us in the YouTube algorithm a lot to get to the next level. We're just going to continue to grow. And I'm sorry about the uploads. It's just, I'm in a new place and it's just a little different. I'm trying to get in sync with everything, and then the videos I'm putting out, we're getting big updates, so it's taking a long time to get these things together. But anyway, I'm done ranting. Y'all have a good one. Peace.